Hey guys, what's going on? Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. And also, become a member. Join the team.
Warning. The following views shared on this podcast are the unfiltered expressions of our vibrant personalities. We are here to dissect the pulse-pounding world of pro wrestling, from the epic battles inside the ring to the captivating storylines that keep us hooked. Our discussions may venture into unexpected territories, from questioning the creative direction or analysing the artistry behind the suplexes and submissions. Please understand that we aim to entertain, educate, and engage. But please also remember that we are just merely fans and observers, and we are not actual wrestlers, journalists, or industry insiders. As we always say, by the Mandem, for the Mandem. Enjoy.
But yeah, man, never again, bro. But that page is good though. Page is good.
Yeah.
Page is good. Imagine happens in a wrestling show. Has that ever happened in a wrestling show where someone forgot to press record?
Oh, loads of times.
Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
Yeah.
Mad.
A man's hit the best 350. Bam.
Do you know what annoys me about people that film wrestling? Is it doesn't really happen now. They used to, back in the ancient times, like 04, whatever, they used to shoot upwards at you, right? So
Like
for
through the
them,
road,
just stand there going like this, right? People that don't really know, this trainees holding cameras. So the light would smash you.
letting flares, yeah.
And then it's the worst angle if you're a bit fat. Like, what the fuck? It's like big fucking gut coming out, just shooting up at you. I used to hate it. And use like super white, so it's just blown out.
Overexposed.
And then also they would cut it where they would cut it on the move. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't like that. And that's how WWE cut it. Like, we can't see the move.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
they do like a frog splash, and they'll get that angle, but then they'll, as soon as the impacts come, they change
Change
it.
that's not good.
I fucking
Kevin
hate
Dunn.
that. Yeah.
The Kevin Dunn effect.
I don't know, I think they're a little bit more.
Better now, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
You think maybe now it's because people are more so passionate about actually filming wrestling as opposed to just
I
being.
just think we know what we're doing now. Like literally, when I first got into wrestling, right, it was like, oh, wrestling's really big in Britain. Why? Because they've got big wooden cut-out FWA on the entrance. Wow, it's amazing. It's like pro shit, you know. Like now you look at what it is now. You've got Titantrons and all this. We thought wrestling was professional when they put a cargo net around the edge of the ring, because it looked like the name of the show was like War or something.
Yeah.
Like wow, it's like Indies. So yeah, I just think it's just evolved, isn't it? Like wrestling was third world when it kicked off when I started. Now it's kind of like it's not mainstream. It's took over. So I think it's just experience, and not the people that were doing it back then. Like one person don't get no credit, right? Do you know who Jack Saunders is?
Sounds familiar.
So Jack Saunders used to start with me as a trainee, but then he started helping out rings, doing the rings, helping out that, knowing about how to do rings, this. Dude, he's working for AEW. He's the ring crew for this. He's the lighting guy for that. All the lighting stuff in UK is predominantly Jack.
Crazy.
So you get Jack in. He's like, well, no one wants to do that. I will do that. I'll learn how to do it the best. I'll learn from TNA, WE, AEW, and then I'll go and do my own thing. Like, but he started doing that 20 years ago. I mean, only now he knows he's like not only at a level where he knows what he's doing. AEW is employing him to go and do that stuff.
That's big.
So there's like people like that in the UK with all the jobs that you don't really necessarily think about, lighting, rigging, this stuff, or promoting even. They've come because it's like learn from experience, no mistakes, lesson learned, and 20 years in the business, really, innit? So, yeah, I think we kind of know what we're doing now, I think.
It's kind of like we're saying on other shows, like you just got to be married to the business.
Yeah.
Wherever your calling is, whether it's
It's got to
in
love
front
it.
of the camera or behind it.
If you don't love it, I've trained guys that go, yeah, you know, like they've come into wrestling. They're not people that have loved it, and you think, well, you're not gonna make it because you got to love it, because you're gonna get beaten up. You're not gonna see your wife some days. You're gonna hate everyone you're around. So the only thing that keeps you going is your love of doing whatever that is, right? Whatever your passion is. Maybe it's football. You got to love it, because otherwise, you know, it's not worth doing, is it?
Yeah.
I've had wrestlers that are like that. That's why I'm getting it for the money. Well, it's not going to happen, mate. Got to do it for this. Otherwise, if the money comes, it's a bonus.
Especially when it's like such a sport where you've got literally someone else's life in your hands.
Exactly. Yeah.
Every day.
You've got to love it.
Yeah, you got to appreciate it.
Yeah.
You got to love the business. What you said, love the business.
Yeah, just love the business first. Married to the business.
Yeah.
Yo, what's going on? Wrestling Podcast. We got Greg Burridge now.
Make some noise!
Our fellow West Ham fan.
Yeah.
The pucker one.
Yeah.
We just had an hour cry just before. We're all right now. Dried our tears.
Yeah, just hoping that things will get better.
Yeah.
We'll see how it's.
I'm good, mate. Yeah, not bad. Thanks for having me on.
It's been a pleasure, man. I think we planned this like 2 months ago. Obviously, things happened, it didn't come on, but it's nice to have you back in the studio.
No, it's a good setup. Yeah. I like that you got. I just saw Bailey, old Sid Scala. His training centre downstairs. It's a good little community of wrestlers, which is good. Which is good for Britain. Good for the business, you know. Nice. Thanks for having me on.
Make some noise!
Bro, I was even talking today on our Discord, like your CV in terms of people that you've worked with, and also in terms of the wrestlers that you've trained is absolutely crazy. You know, we can go far back as Will Ospreay being one of them, Nina Samuels, even on Roy Johnson, change Roy Johnson as well.
Do you know what? The best way to look at it, every single wrestler in London, at some point, I've had a hand in helping to train along the way, whether it's from day one or, you know, a couple of seminars. They come to my school for 6 months and then they've gone somewhere else, or they're training whether. Like, I think 90% of the wrestlers that come out of the Southeast, I've in some way at least helped, inspired, trained, and are training now. So, yeah, I'm pretty proud of that, really.
Big stuff, man. Big stuff, man. Big stuff. Yeah, so how's your career been so far? Where did you start off and stuff? I know obviously the school the class that you came from was proper like heavy. I think I saw a match of you and Nigel McGuinness.
Yeah, okay.
Crazy. What was it like?
Well, okay, so I started. Well, my first experience in wrestling was Hamlock. You guys heard of Hamlock?
NWA,
yeah, in Kent, right? So I did. It was 2000, year 2000, and I did like a weekend camp thing. Went down there for the weekend. Johnny Moss was there training. So Johnny Moss, who now works for WRE, is the first person who taught me how to bump. I was like a 17-year-old little skinny little runt. So he taught me to bump. Done that little course, and that's my introduction into kind of wrestling. But I remember he said something very, very something that stayed with me forever. He said, "Look, there's like 30 in this room. Only 2 of you ever make it, statistically." Right. I remember looking around that room and I'm going to be one of them 2. And I was the only 2 people that made that room were me and Leroy Kincaid. You heard Leroy Kincaid? Yeah. So me and Leroy, I think, were the only 2 from that class that went on to wrestle. But I remember going, I'm going to fucking make that happen, whatever it takes. So then, cut forward a little bit. Do you want to hear the long story? Or
Give us
the
story.
Okay.
Long form content.
Right. We're going to go a bit deep and spiritual now.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, I was like, just an Essex boy. There's nothing special about me. I just, working class, wanted to be a wrestler. You can't be a wrestler. That's impossible. Especially in year 2000. It's kind of like, it's a whole different world now. But saying to your parents back then, you wouldn't be a wrestler, it's like, what the fuck? This guy's mental.
Yeah.
Right? So, so basically, I wanted to learn, didn't know how to get into the business, whatever. I decided to go to America, Camp America, and teach. Have you heard of Camp America?
Yeah, America.
So, went to Camp America.
What state did you go to?
Went to Pennsylvania.
Nice.
So, at the time, I was teaching photography, of all things. So this is back in the day when you had dark rooms.
Develop
the So I learned how to.
You still got that trait? You still know how to do it?
I probably could do it.
You should run that because people need films developed, man.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, especially he's a film.
Come to me, Burridge Film Development.
Burridge Film Design.
BFD. Burridge Film Development. So like I learned how to like do all the processing and do. They like I remember the digital camera come out. Like, oh, you can take 4 photos. Wow, how does it work? It's the digital. Like, wow, that's amazing. So then we used to stay for the F1 overnight, and they would send you photos from the F1. It'd be like, you're like, wow, it's amazing. We're just about to see a helmet. Wow, wicked, yeah. So you spend all night trying to get these digital photos, and then they'd sell them to the Sun. Where it's like a sports agency firm. So anyway, I got fired, right? Because I was shit. I went like 2-hour lunch breaks, and like I was like, fuck this. So I was like 17. So
wait, you got fired whilst you were in America?
No, this is in London.
Okay.
Sorry, it's in London. So they fired me deservedly, yeah. But I was going through like the photos they had on file. Like they had like all the WWF events. Like there was little prints of Vinnie Jones in the ring and stuff. So I was going days and days going through their archive, all these like wrestling photos from back in the day that they covered. And I was reading a book at the time called The Wrestling in my 2-hour break or whatever. Have you guys heard the book called The Wrestling by Alan Garfield? Changed my life because it's all about British wrestling and the guys that I didn't have a clue about. I'm reading about these guys. I thought, wow, I really want to get into British wrestling. So anyway, went to America, did Camp America after I got fired. I had £1,000 in my pocket, right? And I thought, right, I'm going to go to New York. Went to New York, and there's a Ted DiBiase book. I remember it was Ted DiBiase autobiography. Oh, I'm going to buy that. Went in my pocket. Oh shit, I ain't got no money. So I was like, shit, I've lost all my money.
Fuck.
So I was in New York, 17 years old, no money, just an Essex boy sitting there. So fuck, where am I gonna stay? Shit, I'm fucked. So being how I am, the other side of me, well, this is a good life experience. You know? You could learn a lot here. You could have a cry and moan and ring up your mum to get, or you could just rough it for a little bit. Don't really tell them what's happening. My mum don't know now until she's... So I thought, fuck it, I'll rough it in New York. So I went to a hostel, and I couldn't even afford the hostel, so I sneaked into their conference room, slept there at night, right? And in the daytime, went to an information booth that was a theatre, where you could, and I secretly pretending I was reading pamphlets and just like that. So I slept there for a while. I thought, I need to get home somehow. So I rang up my embassy and I said, look, I've got no money. Can you get me home? Yep, we'll get you home after Labour Day. Brilliant. Cool. So here's the first fucked up thing that happened, right? So I'm walking just off of Manhattan, where the Times Square was. And this is where the WWE had their restaurant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Times Square.
So I'd go in there and it's, oh, cool. So I was walking just off Times Square. And I don't know if you guys are spiritual or not, or whatever your beliefs are.
Yeah.
So I think I'm quite spiritual, and ever since this happened, so I'm walking down the road, and started to just drizzle. I went, I really need to go into that chemist. Fucking really need to go into. Can I swear?
Yeah, of course.
Fucking really need to go into that chemist. So I looked at the chemist and walked straight in. Strongest feeling I've ever had in my life. It was like, you need to go into the chemist. Got into the chemist, and it just faded away. I went, why am I in the chemist? Hey, you fucking don't need to be in here. Got no money. So I walked out, and it started to rain, right? And this ice truck, as I walked out, had skidded off the road onto the pavement, which I've never seen in my life anyway.
Yeah.
Fucking ice truck, a massive ice truck, skidded off the road and smashed into the phone booth, exactly where I would have been if I didn't go into the chemist. And I remember this woman, right? She was, as I walked out, she looked behind, she's gone like this. It stuck in my brain, and I was like, I tried to underplay it a bit. I was like, I would have exactly been there if I didn't go into the shop, right? So I went back next day and took a photo. I was sending you guys the photo. It's fucked up. Phone book when I can remember that when I go home. And I can develop that if I wanted. Then I went to Boots. Other places available. Don't even think they do it anymore, so it doesn't matter.
No,
So like, anyway, I fucked around New York for 7 days. No money. The things I would have done for food, guys, I don't want to tell you.
No, I know.
Do you know what I mean? Right? So I think I had like $4. So I worked out if I could survive on half a pint of milk a day. That would work.
Jeez.
Dude, that was a scary place to be at night. Scary
Oh,
place.
yeah.
Imagine, yeah.
So I found the easy internet cafe things, right? And it was like $2 to go on and spend a couple of hours on the internet. So I would spend now, after a couple of days roughing it, 8 hours a night on the internet. To the point I was hallucinating. There was like a little Victorian lady sitting next to me at one point. I was hallucinating because I was awake and sitting like this. So I was like a fucking scary Victorian lady on a stool. Yeah. So anyway, when I was at wrestling school, England, came up FWO wrestling school in round the corner in North London, Finsbury Park. So when I go there, I might go back. I might go there when I nearly died. Like fucking, perhaps I should go and follow my dreams, So I remember that, took the address, thought about it, maybe. Anyway, cut a long story short, eventually I got home after Labor Day. Dude, like 4 days later, September 11th, in New York.
Way. That is great.
No.
Yeah, and I was just like, you got to do what you got to do in this life because you'll be dead tomorrow.
Yeah.
And like my whole mindset changed. So if I never went to Camp America, I wouldn't be sitting here now. If I never went to if I never lost that $1,000, I wouldn't sit here now. Because it's kind of like when you're pushed in this scenario, especially at 17, it's like you're going to mature because you're in a situation where it's very scary. You're well at your depth. You're on your own. You nearly died. This is that. You got to now go home, reassess my life. What is it I want to do? I don't just want to be an Essex boy. It's just floating, doing nothing, doing what your parents did or what just like nothing existence. I want to do something special. I don't care if people tell me I can't do it. I can't tell them look at me because I'm weird because I want to be a wrestler. I'll do what I want to do in my life. So I said to myself then, no matter what it takes, the sacrifice, whatever it is, I'm going to be a pro wrestler. And that's basically what happened. Went to FWA, went to Finsbury Park, kept training, trained there for a while, and then I very fortunately heard about a new school that opened up called Dropkicks in Purfleet. Yeah. And I trained there. And after about 2 years, I was a head trainer. I was a head trainer at Dropkicks for 2002, 2003. Dude, I've been wrestling for like a year at that point, pro. So yeah, I've pretty much been teaching people since 2002. If you want to look at it like that.
Crazy.
Yeah. A long story, guys. Sorry. I think it's important because sometimes it all comes back to like when I train people, I'm like, dude, you guys, you got to want it. It's like, do you want it? Yeah. I think I want. No, do you fucking want it? What is it you want to do with your life? Because you're so much more than what the world is telling you. If this is what you want to do and you want to pursue it, I can help you make your dreams reality. But you got to want it because there's times you're going to want to quit, and you got to look at yourself very hard in the mirror and go, no matter how hard it's going to take, this is what I want to do. And if you've got that attitude, dude, I'll bend over backwards to make your dream reality. And that's like what I get a kick off, making people's dreams come true. Such a morning in the ring.
It's fulfilling.
Yeah, morning in the ring.
What would you say, in your opinion, like qualifies someone to be a professional wrestler? It's an amount of hours of training, or is it being paid to do it, or being on TV?
It comes back to what I just said. That if there's that passion, you want it. Like, okay, like I got this thing in my schools called the Lucha warm-up, you might have heard about, right? It's just you get in and go, right, guys, put your hands in the air and shout and go whoop 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 whoop, do this funny face and like shout, what day is it? Everyone's going crazy, right? The people that don't do it and they're like, I know they haven't really got what it takes to make it. So I'm letting my secrets out now. It's kind of like a psychological test.
Yeah,
is I'm willing to give you 110%. If you're going to give me 110%, if you're going to stand there and go whoop, 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 and trust me, 110%, you can stand there and make yourself look like an idiot, I'll bend over backwards and make it happen. Because that's, to me, is the attitude you need. So whatever I tell you you're going to need to do, you're going to have to, even if it sounds crazy, impossible, because there's going to be chances, I can't do that, that's impossible. And I'm basically saying, no, you can do it. It is possible. you got to believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, why the fuck should anyone else?
Yeah.
So all these little drills I do when people first walk in, it's kind of like me seeing how much they really want it. You know, because the warm up's quite hard. We do crazy stuff, and also it breaks down the toxic barriers. Because a lot of time people come in and like this, and half hour they're like strutting around, doing whatever I tell them to do. Because again, it's like it's a strange thing that you're coming in to do, right? Wrestling. It's not like boxing. Not like any other martial art, like you said earlier. I'm going to put my life in your hands. It's your responsibility to look after me, and I'll do the same back. So all these little tiny things you'll do, you have to make sure that the people have got that mindset as well.
Yeah.
So that's like a big thing to make it as a wrestler, for attitude. Do you really want it? Are you willing to listen? Put the hard work in, put the training in, right attitude. Some people it's natural, some people have an X factor. We had Tommy Tanner in here the other week.
Yeah, it's great.
Like,
Tommy Tanner.
You get people that come in like Tommy Tanner and you just go, okay, a little bit different here. He's had a background in martial arts. He's had a background in gymnastics. He's a good looking lad. He's physical.
Rugby.
He has an X factor about him. So his training would be different than someone else that came in from day one. So it's impossible. This is different evolution of stuff. He's already got this. So right, we need to work and get all the skills that you've already gained and obtained from here and fast track you into becoming that. And he would also have like a couple of weak areas, like say it's showmanship or whatever. So, okay, we need to work on this, and get you to where you need to be. So there are people that are different. Will Ospreay, again, who's different. Will was a natural. Will, the way I like to explain Will was like, you know, when I say something is feral, a feral animal. Yeah, Will was a feral animal. Yeah, I had the house training. You know what I mean? That's like the best way I can explain it. He can do all the cool shit. He can do all of it. Doesn't know why. Doesn't know how. Well, you do all the cool shit. Do it there. Do it there. Do it there. And you do that bit there. Oh, okay, cool. You're teaching him to structurally do it, and then you say, you know that flip you do. Do you know how that works? And then you have to talk about the biomechanics of his body as to how it works, so he understands it. So then he can do it better. Whereas if you're training someone from day one, you're not even, you're going for the biomechanics, but it's like, this is a flip. And here's another flip. Use your arms to do this. So it's bit by bit by bit by bit. But if you've got somebody who can naturally do this, it's a whole different.
It's about getting them to actually understand how and why
Yeah.
they can do it. Yeah.
There's the natural. Okay, there's the naturals and there's the sponges. So if you guys want to train, say like people watching this, I really want to be a wrestler, but I can't do what Will does. Don't worry about what Will does. Worry about what you're going to do, because you've got sponges and you've got naturals. The naturals can just do it, but they don't know how. They can do it. Yeah, like Tommy Tanner can just do it, right? The sponges go, I can't do that. I need to learn how to do it. That's fine. You need to learn the biomechanics of it, and bit by bit, by bit, by bit, by bit, by bit, you learn, you progress. And then you go, the knowledge I'm getting, I understand it now. To the point where sometimes, not always, the sponges will overtake the naturals, because the naturals should just plateau because they only know how to do it. The other guys, and they can teach, and they could go on and teach you to other places. So people that are watching go, I have no idea to do a flip. It don't matter. We'll teach you the biomechanics. And by that, in a year's time, not only be flipping, you'll be doing, 620 flips or whatever, because you understand the biomechanics.
Yeah.
So, just different ways of teaching.
As a trainer, do you prefer when people turn up at your school as a sponge or a natural?
I like both. Okay. But the main thing for me is the attitude.
Okay.
You've got the correct attitude. That's all that matters, because you don't want a natural to come in and be arrogant, because I don't want to train them.
Yeah,
the worst.
Yeah, it's just, there's a certain etiquette, not in just wrestling, in life. If you're really good at your job, but you walk and go, lads, I'm the fucking shit. Put me in 80 grand a year and I'll do your fucking IT for you. You go, I'd rather get the humble guy, down the road who needs a little bit of training. Because that's who you want to work with, right? So sometimes you get, not always, you'll get that kind of attitude come in. You have to quickly teach them guys it's not how to behave in any walk of life, right? So for me, I just like the correct attitude, and if I can see just a little sparkle of light in there, right? Okay, cool. I think you're going to end up going here. And sometimes they say, no, there's no way. But listen, I've got your 10-year plan worked out here. In 2 years, you're going to be doing this, and I can see this, and this is going to be your gimmick, and you're really good. Because sometimes they don't know their gimmick, they don't know their energy. What I like to do, I have a skill to see that. I say, I think this is where you're going to go. This is going to be your energy. It's going to be your gimmick. It could be a high fly. You can do this. Your gimmick's going to be this. Da, 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 da. And then they trust you that you're doing the right thing. So far, it's worked. Worked every time. Like you guys, like Cassius.
Yeah, Cassius.
Like, he's one of my like. I haven't got favourite students. I love them all, but he's one I'm most proud of because he super listened to everything I said and trusted me. And when he first started, I was like, "Okay, Cassius, what gimmick do you want to do?" He's like, "I want to be a vampire." I was like,
You never told us
I just looked at him. I went, "No, you're not a vampire." You know. So I created I didn't create the Cassius character. I let it out. You know, because this is what I see. Even you can't see it now. This is what I see, and you look at it now, and I just go, thank you for trusting me. Yeah. It's not you don't know you running with it. You've come out of you are Cassius now. You know, so I think that's another kind of like important thing when you're training someone. Their character development, their dimension, where they're going to go with it, seeing their path. I think is an important skill as a trainer, personally.
Do you have you ever had any experience with any students who may have had a particular vision for themselves in terms of what they want to do, but then obviously you as a coach kind of see, no, I don't think that's your strength. I think you should maybe go this direction, and them maybe not listen to you. Sometimes,
but also you have to be open to their their ideas. There's a good example. We had a wrestler on Lucha Britannia because I helped Gary run Lucha Britannia for a while. Gary Van Horn carried on doing Lucha Britannia. Awesome show, got to see it. Cabaret-based Lucha Libre show. So one of our wrestlers, what character do you want to do? He goes, I want to be Bacon Jr. I was like, Bacon? What do you mean, Bacon? He's like, I want to be Bacon Jr. What do you mean? From Meatopia. And he's a piece of bacon, but he wrestles. And I literally...
Was there a Bacon Senior?
Right. That's what I was in shock. Right. What the fuck? You want to be what? Oh. Right. I'll put a photo up and a little video of Bacon Jr. Amazing. I was like, sorry, Ned, I should have never doubted you. Super tasty Bacon Jr. And he comes out with his bacon mask with the thing, and it's like, it's the best. And then we did a little feud on the London Lucha League shows where it was Bacon Jr. versus Mauro Chavez, the vegan warrior. It was like bacon versus veganism. Brilliant. But yeah, so sometimes I need a little bit of
showing.
Yeah, like show me. Yeah. Like even now at the school. I said, guys, what's your character? What's this? And they come out something crazy. Go, well, just try it out. Because even if it doesn't work, we're on the path to making something work. Yeah. So we've got to try this stuff out. Like a lot of trainees, they go, this is my ring gear, this is this. And I'm like, it's your ring gear for now. Your gimmick might change. People forget that Edge was a vampire when he first started. Yeah. Right? It's like character development. He's done that famous promo about it. So, like... It's all about development of where you're going to end up, but you might not even end up there. It will just tail off and become something different. So start off with whatever ring gear you got, whatever idea you got. Let's try it out. Then you get ideas, and there's no mistakes. There's only lessons learned. I've hardly ever met someone who's done their gimmick from day one. They're still doing it now. So... totally forgot your question.
Oh no, literally, you answered it. What kind of when you started trading? What kind of student were you? Were you a sponge or were you the natural?
I was a sponge, totally. I was the shits. I was the bottom, right? And that I needed that. I needed I thrive when people tell me I can't. I love it. I'm like, fucking watch this. It was literally I can't express. This is why I say that, right? People today don't understand how fucking weird it was for you to want to be a wrestler in Britain in the year 2000,
I
99.
can imagine.
You can't even. It's not cool like it was, like it is now. Now it's cool. It was not cool.
Yeah.
You was considered. I don't know. You just weren't cool. You was kind of blacklisted from. If you was out with your mates, like I'm a Romford boy. Go out with mates. £2.50 a pint is well expensive. Yeah. I want to be a wrestler. Or you're a pro wrestler. Fuck off. Don't hang about us no more.
Yeah.
It's literally like what it was.
Football was the main, isn't it?
I had that for even when I was training. Everyone around me just like, who's this weirdo want to be wrestling? All my mates just left me, you know. But I wanted that much. Like I used to go out every Friday night.
Where did you go?
Religiously, Romford, Hollywoods.
Oh yeah. That's on the strip because obviously trying to Liquid and Envy.
Yeah. I apparently got sold on eBay for £1. Now
You got
moved brick by brick up north, right? But listen, I was a lad, right? I was out every weekend, but again, it was like, where's my life going? I don't know whether I want to do this every weekend. It's just we've got no. Where's it going? But all my mates left me. They decided for me. I was literally isolated. Instead of going out Friday night, I stayed in Friday nights and trained in my garage. Saturday morning, get up, go training. Sunday, go up. Sunday, because I didn't drive. Saturday I'd go work for my granddad in Romford Market. I used to get 30 quid in hand. Yeah, 30 quid in hand, right? If that, but all that money went into training. So all the money I earned working in Romford Market on Saturday and Wednesday went to training. I didn't drive at the time. I had to get trained to Purfleet from Upminster. I don't know if you guys have done that journey.
Especially around that time. Barely any trains them times.
You got to go Upminster to Barking. Then Barking to Purfleet. So you got to go.
Is that what line is that? Is that like over
C to C?
C. Oh yes, yeah.
And then you had to walk from Purfleet, right?
Oh, forget it.
To drop kicks. Dude, it's like 4 or 5 hour trip. You know what I mean? But I wanted it. Yeah. So all my money I'd earned from doing getting fucking dirt and shit in my hands every Saturday from my granddad would go into wrestling. So Friday night, train in my gym, like a self-made gym. Saturday go to work. Sunday go to wrestling. No friends. You know what I mean? And going from such a laddish, vibrant, kind of like, had loads of friends, very popular, to that, a lot of people go, that's I don't think people really understand how, what's the word? It's a sacrifice.
It's
a sacrifice I knew I needed to take.
Yeah.
And that's what kept me going. Anytime those bumps hurt, my neck hurt, no, what have you sacrificed? Keep going, keep pushing yourself. How much do you want this? Do you remember that shit in America? How much do you want this? Go and make it happen. I needed that stuff. So I went to training and I was the shits. I kept telling myself that. And then one day it clicked. It was, we were trying to do standing monkey tosses. And I had a phobia about flip bumping over my head.
I have a phobia about that now.
Yeah. So
I never broke my neck.
Yeah, I just had a phobia about it. And I had Tony Scarlo's brother who's training me back then. I could see the disappointment in my face. And then someone disappointed in his face. And someone called, okay, guys, come around the ring and this demonstration. And like, he was like, no, stay here, I'll teach you. And I was like, no, I want to go. And I knew I pussied out. I was so angry at myself. And I didn't even listen to what was going on in the ring. I said to him, how much do you fucking want this, Burridge? I said, you're fucking being a twat. Look what you've done. You fucking pussied out. You've come over here ignoring that. You could just get a flip bump. All this hard work you're doing. You've got no friends now. You've got this. You sacrificed all this stuff. Where are you going? This is literally, you've got no GCSEs. This is your only path that you've chosen. You've got no other safety nets. And I remember I ran myself up so much. And then when they said, okay, guys, go back to what you're doing, I just went backward, flip bump, bang. And it was like, boom. Never looked back after that day. Everything. I just fucking threw myself in, done the flip bumps, done this, done. And that was the change. You know, you have to have that sort of mental lock in. And that's, no one can, I can't say you go do a flip bump. It's not up to me. I can trigger something in you to make you start questioning your own, why do I not want to do it? Why am I not flip pumping? What's the thing that's holding me back? I can help you with that. But I can't say, this is the technique to flip bump. some things you can do the technique. Some things it's like, listen, do that or go home. You know, if you don't want to do it, go home. No, I want to do it. I know you can do it. I've seen you do it. This or stop wasting my time. Sometimes it's that. There's a lot like because I've been through it myself. So I knew it was like a psychological thing. That was it. Everything I'd done then, I just give it 110%. Every now and then, like I'd go down to the basement and flick a light on, and one light in the building would come up, and that, and I'd do something else, and that light would go off. That day, I went down the basement, I went boff, and all lights went in my wrestling building. That was it.
That's sick.
Can you talk to us about your time with Lucha Britannia? You know, how Gary started it, what made you get involved in it, the legacy it has in Brit Rest in general.
Yeah, so I got into Lucha Britannia since around 2007 when I first got into it. It's very different than it is now. Like when I first did it, there was like naked men running around the audiences with like strap-ons and their masks. It was like a fetish show, pretty much, you know.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, so it was like very much fetish orientated. And we was doing like Torture Garden. You guys had heard of Torture Garden? It's like Torture Garden's like a fetish club.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's that?
So
Is there anything that can cancel like if it's peak?
They might censor this.
Torture Garden, yeah, is like adult cosplay.
Okay. Oh, fair. So like BDSM and all that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's adult cosplay.
Wrestling,
Right?
But
Wrestling, because people are in masks, hits a certain fetish
Side of that, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I remember one time at one of the wrestlers, legit just had a gimp mask on. You know what I mean? With the zip, you know. So it was like, and at the time it was like masked wrestling in East London was very hipster. So Mexican inspired anything at the time was a trigger word. It really was a trigger word, 2007. So when Lucha Britannia come around, all of the hip arty society wanted Lucha Britannia. It was art in it. That's why it was kind of based around like a fetish audience sometimes, because it was doing like the Bizarre Ball. It was again, it's like a big kind of alternative magazine. We was doing Download Festival, Reading, Leeds. But again, it's very much done in the terms of like, we're not going to take it too seriously. We're going to, you know, like it's not have proper wrestling. Then when I come on board, I kind of helped change the whole vibe of it. And then we started doing a little bit more superheroes, more the way that Gary really wanted to do it was like superheroes that could wrestle.
Okay.
So we did it more kid friendly. And then we got involved with like a production company that wanted to take it onto the TV. So then we really went, right, okay, let's restructure what it is we're doing. Is make it more friendly to a family audience. Unfortunately for us at the time, that was when like people didn't really know how to make money from the internet, right? And Channel 4 and so not Channel 4, all these companies, they kind of like, at the time there wasn't investment because it was just after the credit crunch or something like this. So investment in production wasn't as big as it is now. So it was reality TV programs.
Yeah.
So they gave us a bit of money to do a reality TV program. But really, Lucha Britannia should have been done like the Mighty Boosh.
Mighty Boosh, I remember Mighty Boosh,
Or Monty Python. That was the idea we wanted to do. So what we did this reality TV pilot, which you can watch on YouTube. It's on there somewhere. Will's in it. A couple of boys. Will, like 18-year-old Will's in there. And they gave us some money to develop this pilot. Hopefully it would go on to like be produced by like a, you know, like a big national TV company. But yeah, it didn't work because, again, for whatever reason. But that's when we said, okay, if we want to make this work, we need to make it more kid-friendly and try and get someone like a Channel 4 and ITV invested in this. Then that's when we started really pushing like the superhero angle. The wrestlers started getting a lot better, a lot more lucha-inspired wrestling. We got very friendly with people like Juventud Guerrero to come over. One time, he just literally lived in my house.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, like I'd come downstairs And like, there's a sofa like that, and you sort of walking, and I'm like half asleep, and we're looking, and there's a Mexican man wearing green Adidas, like trousers, like curled up on the sofa. That's WCW World Champion. World Champion. Even took around my sofa. Okay, cool. And then Cassandra El Zotigo be in the spare room upstairs. So it's like mental. So
That's
like,
a wrestling house, boy.
it was the wrestling. It was called Muscle Mountain. That's where me and Gary lived, right? So it was like 5 or 6 wrestlers living in his house, like full of Mexicans as well. So whilst I was over, it was like, right, you're going to teach us how to do Mexican wrestling. So they did. And then they taught us how to do fucking awesome Mexican wrestling. Because I was trained world of sports style, British style, for me personally, I don't think Mexican wrestling makes sense. Just moves, right?
I spoke to a lot of wrestlers and they've all said the same
It
thing.
doesn't
I
make
got it on
sense.
Friday.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan
on
of
Friday,
Mexican wrestling.
Doesn't make sense, right? I look at it and go, okay, I know the audience we work with, fetish audience, the hipster audience, this alternative non-wrestling fan audience, I think, somewhat the non-wrestling fan audience. That's what Lucha Britannia was. I know what works for them. I know the first move anyone should do on any show, if you're working an audience, is a body slam. Because it gets the biggest pop. Because that's the move they associate with wrestling. They go, oh, wow, he's been lifted up. You know, that's a big move to a normal person, not for wrestling, Mark, right? So I was like, okay, there's your Mexican wrestling. I know what works on a normal crowd. That gimmick should be this. Okay, so teaches that cool Mexican thing. And lads, you know that world of sports stuff we do with that finish? Let's combine the two there so it makes sense. And you know that we work on the camps. Okay, stuff in the camps. If you guys know about the holiday camp circuit, So let's combine really cool Mexican wrestling with really cool storytelling with mental characters aimed at a casual audience. And that's what we did with Lucha Britannia, and it fucking worked. You know, you can understand the story. You've got this really mental character, and suddenly it's like a Hulkarana, whatever. You know, so yeah, that's what we kind of did with Lucha Britannia for. Even now, you know, that's what I like to say. Like my legacy with Lucha Britannia was taking it from that audience, that alternative audience, and then making it a bit more mainstream. That came from teaching the guys at London School Lucha Libre, having the Mexicans come down and teach everyone at the school as well, and then just giving my 2 cents from being in the business for like at that time 20 years almost. Yeah, because I think with wrestling, everything needs character. You know, I don't just want to see guy in pants wrestle, right?
Boring.
Like when you go to a toy shop, and you got the toys on the wall. If your son picked up a white man in pants, the mum want that figure. What are you going to say? You're gonna be like,
Funny thing,
When you have all of this
this happened on Saturday. So the oldest one went Smithy's and they picked up a Stone Cold toy. I think picked up a Stone Cold toy. Black pants. And after my missus recorded me, she goes, but I want to give him this toy. Guess what the other toy was?
What was it?
CM Punk. But he had like the
tattoos.
not the tattoos, and he had the shirt with the you know the Catholic the church glass in it. The old CM Punk. He had that. And he goes, I'm gonna get him this instead because that other toy is boring. I was like, sorry, babe. That's still cool. And it's an elite one. You have to get no. She goes, no, I'm getting in this one because that's colour. I'm like, oh, same situation.
yeah, this is what I tell every wrestler even now. You know what I mean? If you're an action figure, like I used to go in the shops and look at the Fortnite figures. I go in toy shop loads.
I say, I'm that guy as well.
Right?
I'm that guy. You're that guy as well. Admit it too.
It's important.
I didn't even deny it.
Training wrestlers should do a fortnightly visit into a toy shop and go, right, what's over at the minute?
Yeah, that's a good
shot.
advice.
Because that's your future audience. That's your audience now. That's your gimmick. You know, that's the audience you want to hit. Listen, adults will always come watch wrestling, right? We will, because we like wrestling.
Yeah.
Next generation are being forgotten about, in my opinion. They always are. And they have to suffer what we watch. That's like, it's too advanced. It's like, okay, I like heavy metal music, but I don't like punk yet. I'm not there. Let me just enjoy heavy metal at the minute, soft rock or whatever. So kids and younger audiences, they're going to be inspired by a fucking dude with a massive burger in his head or a unicorn dude holding a thing. It's just normal. He's not going to be inspired by a bald man in pants yet, necessarily.
Yeah.
You know, unless he's seen what that bald man in pants does. Austin's an whole other level. You know what I mean? But if you like, let me explain why I feel like this. Yeah, I didn't know what pro wrestling was until I was like 8. Yeah, and my grandma took me on holiday, and they said go into the toy shop, pick whatever you want. Year before it was Turtles.
Yeah.
I remember the same toy shop. I picked up Michelangelo. Wow, Michelangelo.
What a toy.
Next year, I walked in and I went, oh, I want that and that. I didn't know what it was. The man in a tuxedo with gold belt. The man with snake.
Ted DiBiase.
I didn't know what the fuck they were.
Snake, yeah.
Didn't know what they were.
Was it Hasbro?
92.
Hasbro's, Hasbro's, yeah.
I didn't know what they were. I bought them. That was my introduction to pro wrestling.
Crazy.
That's why I feel very strongly about this sort of stuff, because that's what got me in.
Yeah.
Those 2 action figures, right? So everyone has to kind of take a strong look at like, okay, like I want to be this guy here, but sometimes you can't just be that. It's like a development thing, or I need to, at least in Britain, I need to start off. I'll be doing the holiday camp circuit, yeah. So what's going to get you booked on the holiday camp circuit? Like, okay, like Freddie Choo Choo Hussein. I don't know if you guys know him. Comes out, goes choo choo. Comes doing the train thing. Comes out. He's an intergalactic train conductor. Kids are like, oh. Yeah, I'd buy his action figure. All the accessories, gold train, gold hat. You know. So it's like I say to the guys, you have to pretend you're an action figure. What's your colours? Bright colours. Don't wear black all the time. You know. Don't look like my next door neighbour. You know, unless my next door neighbour is like Jake Roberts. It's very important for the younger, to get the younger audiences into wrestling, and that's why especially I do believe in like the camp style of wrestling, because that's the next generation of wrestlers. There's lots of promotions that do the strong style stuff, and it's cool. Go and watch that. It's fine. That's like but to me that's still a niche audience. The casual market isn't hit enough. You know, just the casual people that walk past and go, oh, there's wrestling right there. Let's go and have a look. You know, they're the next generation of people running podcasts and people running schools. And I think if you don't hit that, it's like having a youth football team. You haven't got a youth coach, you haven't got a youth team, your future squad's gonna be shit, right? So my strong thing, like if I could leave a legacy, it's like I'm trying to give the next generation of fans wrestlers so they can, it's like a foot into the door of becoming a wrestling fan. Because I can speak for all of us. Being a wrestling fan is the bollocks, right? It's so good. I'm so glad I found it. But I wouldn't have found it if it weren't for those 2 action figures. You know? So, yeah, I just feel strongly about things like that.
How important, along those lines, do you think it is for us in Britain to get like wrestling on TV as well?
Oh, this question, I love this question from wrestlers. I love this answer from wrestlers.
Okay, like interesting thing. When I was in the business, right? When I was wrestling. So when I was wrestling, everyone was like, "Yeah, this is you're the generation that's going to get on TV, an ITV or a Channel 4." Oh yeah, we're going to do it. And I always used to look at the people that just before me and go, "Ah, I feel really sorry for them. They never made it." Do you know what I mean? They never made it. They never made it in Channel 4. It turned out I was a generation that just before it got on TV. Yeah, we was like the generation just before things kicked off, in my opinion, before it got big, right? That's when I stopped. So I stopped, in my opinion, about 1 year too early. Because if I carried on for another year, I think I would have, been one of the guys that, got it on TV. Because I think it's already been on TV. I think you can argue that it's already been on TV, the mainstreams, because of the way that streaming is.
Yeah.
Who watches terrestrial telly now anyway?
Never.
True.
Right?
True.
So I don't think the question is the same question anymore. Because when I stopped wrestling, it kind of just went, oh yeah, that whole thing, we need to film in a studio, it needs to be this and this, and it's like big money you don't need it, you just need YouTube. Or you need a streaming service. Yeah. So you could argue that it become a defunct question. Because once that technology came around, we could put a match on here. We could put Ring Up Here, Us Lot, Scramble. Yeah. promote it the correct way, stick it on a streaming service, you could argue that if it got like 1 million hits,
You've got
how much
yourself
does
a promotion.
terrestrial TV get now?
Yeah.
100,000 at best. So it's like a defunct kind of argument now, I think, right? So I think getting on TV isn't as important now, but everything I've just said about bringing up the next generation of kids, maybe it is important to get some sort of family-based product on a morning program, on a Channel 4 and ITV. But again, the argument is, dude, I don't watch Trish. I watch YouTube. It's this instinct now on my TV as a button. What? I don't even know what's going on. I can imagine kids now do the same. Kids probably watch anything on YouTube more than they would ITV. Unless you're sitting down with your mum and your dad on a Saturday afternoon with a takeaway, and because your dad's got the remote control, you're going to pop ITV on. I don't know.
Even smart TVs that even promote like TV, they promote apps. So like a BBC iPlayer or
they're pushing you that way.
They're pushing you that way rather than you say, "Oh, go watch BBC One or BBC Two." Even like, for example, we don't have to watch Match of the Day no more. That saddens me. I don't have to watch Match of the Day anymore. I can just go on YouTube.
There's clips everywhere
and watch the highlights.
Champions
League, watch the highlights. They're all there for you. So TV is like.
Here's the thing as well, lads. Here's the thing that annoys me, because it's an interesting argument, right? Because promoters, I won't name who, they run their shows and they know that they're going to watch it the same way, which is explained. So they go to the wrestlers, if they do, just go and have a 10-star match. Okay.
10 stars.
Because
10 stars crazy.
we're going to have 11.
2 5-star matches.
Oh, they go out there.
In one match.
It'll get worse. One guy might do 10, the other guys do 11 because he did 10.
Oh,
right?
man.
So they go out there and do 10-star, 11-star, 12-star, right? The crowd will you've
exhausted them.
But it doesn't matter because the promoter knows they're just going to stream per match. Right? They're just going to watch her show. They'll skip through that one and watch that match. Right? If promoters don't stop doing that, right? A wrestling show. I'm going to go deep again. I've got a lot of analogies. Right?
Go for
a
it.
wrestling show should be done like when you go to the theatre or a concert. Let's go to a concert, right? Let's go Metallica. Yeah, lights go off. Crowd going mental. Yeah, hit one of your classics. Boom, high energy. Yep. Oh fucking yes, give me another one. Second one, boom, another classic, big energy. Third one.
Bring the energy down a bit.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Because you've got to bring them back down again.
Yeah.
To bring them back up again.
And then finish on that climax.
Yeah.
And you leave them, they go home, always leave them wanting more. Big classic saying I was taught when I first started. Always leave them wanting more. So they come back. 5 to 6 matches, songs, whatever, done. Done. Now when you go to a wrestling show, and I'm not saying it's wrong, right? It's like going to a festival. A festival, you can choose when you want to fuck off and have a bottle of water. Right? And it's like, let's just go and fucking have a break for an hour. Sit down, come back. Let's go there. I like this one. Okay, let's go back there now. And that's what a wrestling show is now. You can't physically sit there for 4 to 5 hours listening to techno music because you're gonna go mad. It doesn't matter how much you like techno.
Unless you're on something.
On wrestling. Unless you're like, it doesn't matter how much you like something, right? If you can't sit there that long. And to me, when I see a lot of the wrestlers go out there now, it is literally like, go out and have a really good match. And they go, well, I need to have a good match. And the promoter's not saying, don't work for the card no more. Don't work for the show. Because that structure of doing stuff is becoming defunct. Because the promoters know, I'm going to make 2 or 3 grand from streaming that match because that's the first time they've been in this country. And then that guy before goes, well, I'd like to work with that person one day. So I'm going to go out and have a massive match. And the crowd sit there and they're the ones that lose out. Because they're just like, it's bored now. And that's how I feel. I feel there's no live audience wrestling now because everyone's either working for a camera or they're doing 10 matches. It's too much for me.
Or just working for the promoter. I think a lot of the times, a lot of promoters kind of like book matches that they like.
Yes.
And they don't necessarily book shows. They don't produce shows. They don't necessarily say, okay, cool, this match is going to be 10 minutes, but the next match, we want you to avoid doing these certain moves because this is going to be something that's going to be done in the main event.
Yeah.
It's just pretty much, there's certain shows you can go to. You go to every single match, there's going to be a tope suicida, there's going to be... you see some of the same stuff within the same matches, and you look down and you're just like, I feel like I've seen the same match like 6 times.
It's gonna
There's no variety. There's no like. I'm a big fan of like, as much as I love strong style, I love that type of like high octane wrestling. But sometimes I like the 6-7 minute match where there's like the first 3 minutes is just comedy.
But the wrestlers don't see it like that.
Yeah,
They're like, well, I need to go out and have a really good match. There's no wrestler. When I say no, just the way I see stuff from what I see from shows. There's no wrestler willing to go and drop that ego and go, I'm going to sit back and have a 4-star match. So that main event could be a 10 rather than an 8.
I get what you're saying.
You know?
Do you also think this could not necessarily? I think it's definitely the promoter's fault. I definitely think it's the wrestler's fault. Do you think maybe some onus can be on the crowd? I think the crowds nowadays are too smart, and I feel like a lot of the crowds, they're very, especially like the online ones, they have like a very much impress me mentality.
It's 100%.
Yeah.
It's also almost like the style of wrestling that I was saying about the family friendly, that more family based wrestling. It's almost like a dirty word. Promoters don't want to touch it. Wrestlers don't want to do it. And the wrestlers do. They feel, we won't put 110% effort in because it's a family audience. It's this. Won't do this. It's like, well, that's not what we're asking. I want you to go out there and like, you're Scottish. Can you big up that you're Scottish, please? Because we're in England. We're in like this part of, because I want the guy that's English gonna win.
Boo you and
Whatever. Because the audience are working class. I know the audience. They're going to fucking hate you. And I can book that in the next show. We could do England versus Scotland. I want to do 820 suicide thing. Don't need to. Don't need to. Don't need to. So it's like, that's how I look at it like things like that way. Like okay, like Emporium, we're doing the Battle of London. Who's better? North, East, South, or West?
I hope East are winning.
Exactly.
Yeah, I hope he's doing. Yeah,
I hope he's still winning.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
You're not saying, I hope I see a suicide puncher and a shooting star. You've not said that. I want East. Well, I want West. Why do you want West? West is the best. I don't think so. I think South is. Come along.
Yeah.
That's what we want, It's like when you go to football, it's that same tribalism.
Yeah.
And I think the tribalism in that kind of way that wrestling was when I first started is gone. So yeah, it's just, when does it become jackass?
Yeah.
And guys are just killing themselves for a pop, and then the crowd just...
Some would argue that's where we are now.
I say this to my lads. I say, well done, you broke your leg, and the guy in the front row is just doing this, like, resting his hands on his dart like this, right? He's like, well, didn't execute that properly, did he? And it's like, we're sitting there with a broken leg. You know what I mean?
It would have been 5 stars if they looked up properly.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I don't know. But I just feel we need to go back a step. Or not go back a step. We need to give a more credible alternative to casuals, borderline fans. And the smart marks, I think they would always come and watch wrestling. The difference between a smart mark and a casual is you're so down that rabbit hole of wrestling, right? It just takes a lot for you to get, I didn't expect that. Because you're so down that rabbit hole. And to get that pop sometimes, you have to do that crazy stuff, right? So all they want is that kind of feeling again of, I didn't expect that to happen. But we can do that without killing ourselves. There's still ways to do that. So that's, to me personally, the only difference between a smarter fan. No, smart mark's a bad word. Or is it? Because I can call you a bunch of smart marks. You can come down. What are you going to do about it, you bloody smart mark? You're going to kick and slap your leg at me? Huh? You do that, promo, yeah?
That's it.
I'm going to go Burridge. Yeah? So it's just, it's saying that, no. I was going to tell a story, I won't.
Tell us after. Tell us after.
No,
Tell us after.
there was a wrestler once, right? There's quite a famous at the time journalist, critic.
Oh, you're talking about
I'm not gonna say who. So we're gonna say those. Who's to go and everyone, all the boys used to
Daily
hate
Star.
him. No,
fair.
not like it was just an original fan, go on a UK fan forum and just cane all the wrestlers because wasn't credible, blah blah blah. You know that one of the first. So I remember one of the wrestlers he did something I can't remember, but all the crowd went mental, and he noticed in the crowd he was like, you fat fuck, you fucking internet fucker like this. He started like typing like this, like, and every time he done a move, he'd go up to the guy in front and go, and something, that was shit, incredible. And the guy nearly cried in the crowd. But it was funny. It was like, 2001 this was.
wow.
But
Forums must have been much more worse.
the fan forums, mate.
Because
100%.
Twitter's bad,
Yeah.
but Twitter, I feel like you can take on the gym because you can see their faces. But forum, someone could just make it just a line.
It's just the username and
Like,
Bro.
okay, like here's another example, right, of like how wrestling was. You don't hear this now, luckily. You come in the ring and fart. You fucked up. You fucked up. You fucked up. Like deep. You fucked up.
So it's a monster.
They're almost taking it personally. Like, oh, fucking you fuck up. I paid to see you. You fucked up.
Walk in the ring, slightly slip. It was like proper, like
Serious.
fuck. And everyone was just wanting to be ECW. You had fake UK hat guys in the crowd and stuff, right? Wearing the hats. And they so wanted that ECW.
Style, yeah.
Yeah. But the crowd were like, and I remember like, I went to a FWA show. Again, I'm very good at observing. I can sit back and observe, right? I've always been good at it. Because I think sometimes you get so close to something, you forget, oh, it's a microphone. And that's what a lot of wrestling fans, is so down this rabbit hole, you got to step back and go, okay, see a bigger picture. I remember there was like an FWA show, and don't you guys know what FWA
Yeah,
was?
Frontier
FWA.
Wrestling.
The original indie show, right?
Used to be on the Wrestling Channel.
Yeah, it started it all off. And it was at Walthamstow Assembly Halls, right? But again, no one knew what the fuck indie wrestling wasn't a thing. We're talking about the days of TWA and All Star. They were the dominant guys in the wrestling scene. So FWA done a show at Walthamstow Town Hall. Ulf Herman on it. Have you ever seen Ulf Herman wrestle?
Oh, Bozilla's dad.
I may be big, but I'm pretty. I may not be the best, but I'm pretty fucking close. Everything's a swear. T-shirt, fucking fuck you, fuck you, everything. Right. So I remember like everyone was trying to. Everything was really heavy swearing back then, and I remember looking at this mum, and she's going, oh, and she's got her hands over. She's like.
That's the screenshot.
But then I looked around and I looked around. Oh, it's fucking 80% kids.
Oh,
And then the next show
mad.
is down. Why is it down?
Yeah.
It was an amazing show.
Blazing.
We did all this kind of cool shit. I'm like, and I knew why. Because you're swearing on a kid family.
Show, yeah.
So sometimes, like I said, sometimes you go so down, you got to know your audience sometimes as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just think in Britain it'd be good to have, and it's kind of what I'm trying to do with Emporium. It's like, yeah, we're an adult show, but we're gonna do crazy shit. We're gonna have a crazy character. Don't take wrestling too seriously. Wrestling's for everyone. It's fun. If you've never seen a wrestling show before, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. In fact, I prefer it if you've never seen a wrestling show. That's the audience we want. We want that casual, let's go a night out, have fun, and watch some really talented guys and entertain us for 2 to 3 hours, And I think that's an important part. That's not part of the market, part of the wrestling market. That's not really being hit. So you guys can come along, and like you said, I want to see this guy do this. I see 7 matches do this, whatever. Come and see a milk carton versus get fucked up. It's a milk carton getting fucked up and Friday. And it still involves wrestling.
Yeah.
And it's going to go, oh, I'm glad I saw a milk carton. Now I'm fresh and I can go watch the stronger style stuff. And that's what I don't ever want to do, a strong style, mainly strong style vibe on any of them shows. But what I would do is do a strong style match, because I do have a milk carton get fucked up. When that strong style match comes on, I was like, oh fuck me.
Yeah, that's what I when with the
Right.
match between Robbie X and
Yes.
Tommy Tennant, that
bro,
was an excellent
that
match.
match was crazy,
That match was
man.
great.
And if every match was like that, you wouldn't have thought that.
Drain,
You
drain,
know?
innit?
It's
I enjoyed the
exactly-
Kaiju big battle though. That was
Yeah,
that was
Kaiju
fun.
battle.
That's fun. Yeah,
That was
yeah,
fun.
yeah.
So like, if you go to the circus ledge, you don't want to see clowns for 2 hours.
Yeah, it's
You want to see
variety.
a bit of giraffe. You know what I mean? But man getting shot out of cannon,
Yeah.
lying, eating someone,
Yeah.
whatever. You know, it's important. Variety.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Obviously, you spoke about not really having the need for TV now. What are some things that wrestlers can probably do in order to increase their visibility?
Good question. I get fascinated with this kind of area, because you could do a promo in your bedroom, your belt was hanging up.
Yeah.
Like, May 29th. Hello, beat you. 1, 2, 3. In the ring, you know, with belts and posters of Trish Stratus. Or whatever, you know, you're just like, okay. And there's a lot of wrestlers that do that.
Yeah.
You know, cut me a promo, do this. And they're like, oh. Thinking outside the box in wrestling in particular, we're such a powerful tool, whereas we're actors, right? But we're storytellers, and we have this unique thing now called social media, where I can literally take a phone and do something anywhere. And I can make it dramality, I can make it reality, I can make it totally fantasy. But the main thing you've got, guys, you've got a film studio in your hand. It shouldn't just be pointed to your bedroom wall. Trish Stratus doing your 1, 2, 3 in the ring. You know, whatever. Berkshire Community Hall. Be there. I'm gonna win. It's so like one-dimensional. In here, straight away, you've put your guard up to me, right? I want to see behind the camera and let's go behind into the fourth dimension. Where are you going to take me with that? Like, every character needs, this is 3 dimension. As I'm talking to you now, this is 3 dimension. But what's my 4th dimension? What do you really see in me? Look into my eyes and what you see. Come with me. And then why can't we go into another whole realm that you're not even supposed to see or understand?
Yeah.
Right? Once you can do that, whatever that is, whatever that X factor is, you've got my attention. You've got my attention. This isn't wrestling no more. This is like storytelling. This is drama. And I say to my guys, look, guys, watch Logan Paul. There's that like Logan Paul did that. Logan Paul's really good at it.
Yeah, he's
Because
good.
Logan Paul's like more. Sorry, not Logan Paul. Jake Paul.
Oh, Jake Paul, or even both of them. To be honest, both of them. Yeah,
Jake Paul is like more wrestling than wrestling, but he's doing it in boxing, and it used to infuriate me that he was like that as well. It's wrestlers doing what he's doing. If wrestlers understood and did what he did, it's kind of shoot, right? It's shoot, but it's like I want to watch that pay-per-view now. Boom! That's what wrestling. That's what anything you do exposure. That's what you're doing. You're promoting yourself to promote a show to get on to make people come and watch it or come and buy it, right? Doing this one-dimensional thing isn't going to do that. It's like a barrier. It's literally a barrier in front of you. So what he used to do when he did that thing with he's like, I bought you a Rolex. What's that guy? Did you see it?
Woodley.
Woodley.
He just went, boom,
Tyron
I
Woodley.
bought you a
Tyron Woodley,
Rolex. And then it's like literally like us sitting here. Like say he's like, bought you a Rolex, slides it across the table. Just one camera. And Woody's like picking it up and he's like, don't know what to make of it. It's fucking the drama straight away. And I can't remember what Jake Paul's angle was, but it was mind games.
He messed with mind. Yeah,
It was mind games.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh fuck, I want to see this fight. I want to see this. He didn't stand on the camera and go, I'm going to beat your ass. He didn't do that. And like that's what wrestling can be, right? And I say about the family friend stuff and all this, I don't know why more smarter shows don't do that kind of vibe. You know, how much is it to go to an airport for an hour and just not rent a plane, but I just want to get my wrestler to walk off of that jet with his
Private
belts.
jet.
You know, just walk off. That's fine. That's like £100. Okay, cool. He's going to walk off straight away. Wow.
Aura.
The fourth dimension of that, the guy's got money. He's been flown in. Yeah, for this match. Okay, how much did you get limo just to go around the block and he walk out? And 200. Okay, we give 200 for that. But the guy coming out limo, other guy turns up and he's got the scarf on. He's got this New Japan style with a belt. Press conference. Boom. Fake press conference. Cameras sitting here. Chink, 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 chink. What do you think about your guy?
You could even get AI to have the hands up like this. Like, excuse me.
Remember NXT used to do the phones?
Yeah.
Everyone in the phones.
Me,
like,
yeah.
someone comes out,
Greg's give me ideas.
Why?
I can't let you give me ideas, bro. I can see.
I hope you're getting ideas as well.
But perception is reality.
Like,
Yeah, you give me ideas.
you
bro.
paint the picture, you start thinking like
You're right.
this person's
They look
big
good,
deal.
though.
Like.
Looks good, though. Yeah.
Like,
Even if the hat
you
as
want to
well.
progress wrestling
Looking
to the
like
next
an
level, it can be so easily done. That little things like this, right? To me, the more real you can make that, the more I'm sucked in. So that's what I would do if I'm doing like a strong style promotion. I would do that. Like boxing, like you just go and watch a boxing press conference.
Frank Eubanks.
Eubank and
when he
came out the whip. Yeah,
That's a wrestling
that's
story.
wrestling.
like,
Yeah, that's wrestling.
And he was like,
Look at Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali
perfect
was
example.
inspired by wrestlers.
Yeah.
Right? He's inspired by wrestlers. So that's not somewhere down the line, it's gone a little bit more like we're not. I don't know. Like, I don't know why every wrestler doesn't want to be The Rock. Personally, I think every wrestler, that's your top goal, guys. The Rock, going to be president one day. He got it from learning to lock up and being a character. But then everyone wants to look like a student at uni. They come out and act like a student at uni, right? It's like, oh, I don't want to do it. It's like everything is, like I said, perception is everything, right? So I think, first of all, to answer your question, you got to get into the mindset, I'm going to be The Rock.
Okay.
How do I dress? What in public, when you see me in public, everything that I dress is a representation of me and what I want the crowd to perceive as my beliefs. That's the first thing. Yeah? It's a very important thing. How do you stand? How do you sit? Because sitting like this and doing this is very different than sitting like this and going,
How much longer do I have to be
Yeah.
here?
it's a very different energy. Look at Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Ric Flair did it the best, right? Maybe too good. Ric Flair did it and lived it, right? So,
To this day.
that's what I think wrestlers need to do more of, even from day one. Don't think that you're cocky or arrogant. Think like this, do this. But again, do explain to your teacher, your trainer, this is where I'm going, because you don't want to come off with the wrong energy, right? So I think number one, if you're in the public eye, even in your podcast like this, if you are a wrestler, present yourself where you want the world to see you. Because it will happen. Perception is everything. Reality will soon catch up. So yeah, I think social media is a big thing, and like I'm a massive fan of the scripted cinematic wrestling that WWE did with The Undertaker and AJ Styles.
Wow, that was
brilliant.
Brilliant.
So let's go the other side of that now. We've got the raw reality-based fighting, but then again, we need the abstract to balance it out. Why can't we do things where I'm walking through a ghost house and then suddenly, one of the wrestlers appears behind me, like, turn around, he's disappeared, and make it like a film.
That's why I like Bray Wyatt.
Exactly.
We can go further back. We can go further back. I don't know if you guys remember. There's a segment between. I remember this to this day. I used to be scared.
White
It was
Six.
remember Ultimate Warrior and Jake the Snake Roberts.
Dude, love it. Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I shit my
Undertaker's.
pants when the black shit came out.
Oh, a proper shango.
Yeah, the proper shango.
Even like Undertaker's coffin house. Remember that? He used to
the
do
Coffin House. Yeah.
that as well. Him and Yoko's in the building.
Yeah.
I love that.
There's
sort
a
of
really
stuff.
good one with Hogan.
Or when he's winning the castle.
And
Hogan.
Jake Robert comes out and he's like, brother, well, I don't know where I'm going to go.
Oh, yeah.
And Jake's like, a snake. And I think he gets bitten by the snake.
He gets bitten by the
Yeah.
snake.
If you're an 8-year-old kid, you're like, oh my God.
Scared. Yeah.
Yeah? Like, we need that. We need all of that stuff. All of that shit needs to be, there's room for everything in wrestling.
Yeah.
But at the minute, some wrestlers believe, no, it's got to be the strong style and the serious route in this. That's the only way. It's not the only way, you know. Like WWE isn't strong style, is it?
No,
No?
far from it.
It's family, and like if you, a lot of the times when you're thinking about your character, where you want to go with your presentation, what you want to be seen as, just look at the market audience of what WWE targets, right? Because we don't think about that in Britain. Yeah, you've got in America, you've got a massive bit in the middle, right, which is the Bible Belt, and all of these like Arkansas and Ohio and Columbus and stuff. So you have to think, okay, my gimmick has to appeal to them also, right? So, okay, where am I from? I'm from England. Do be English. Yeah. Like, okay, like I had the pleasure and the luck of like assisting Sheamus in his career when I went out and I was the head trainer of IWW 2004, 2005. And Sheamus said to me, I want to go WWE. What advice can you give me? Right? So I looked him up and down. Dude, he's like 6'5", but he's got ginger curtains, clean shaven, black MMA shorts. I said, dude, you need to be Irish. Yeah. You need to be Irish. You know, like, oh, but that you can't be stereotypical. I think sometimes you have to have stereotypes in wrestling because you're appealing to markets around the world that only
the stereotypes
justify or connect with you from a stereotype, right? So you have to also think, okay, I can't go too stereotypical, but I want enough so people go straight away. You look at Sheamus, where's he from? He's Irish. His ring gear, his look, his presentation. He looks Irish, doesn't he? Right? So you have to, like, as a wrestler, go, right, okay, over here, I'm just blending in. But in America, what is it that I can offer them that they haven't got now? And I don't think enough wrestlers do that. Who's the guy that does the grime gimmick again?
Oh, Darius is great. Darius is great.
He's hitting the UK grime. It's a great, like, it's just hitting the UK grime gimmick.
And Americans love that.
Exactly.
Americans
because
love
it's
that,
not in America.
Yeah.
Right? So if you can latch onto something that you know, okay, like I did a film with a couple of guys from America, and when I was out in Bulgaria with them, just when they hear you talk, the guys are from Tennessee. They look at you like, oh my God, say it again, boys. But I'm saying, hey, boys, I'm about to do about it, because it's two different worlds colliding, you know.
Yeah.
But over there, I talk like this over here. I just think no one can understand me anyway because it's got me knob. But then you go to another country and they're like, oh wow, it's amazing. Yeah. So if I ever was to go WWE, why would I not do like an English hooligan gimmick? Because there's not an English hooligan in LA or New York or wherever. Right?
Makes sense.
But yeah, I just think I don't know if that's answered your question. But, yeah, I feel quite strongly about character, gimmicks, stereotypes. Because I think this day and age, you can't have a stereotype. I don't think that's correct. People feel it's a bit wrong to have stereotypes. Like, what do you think about?
I think that's if they kind of see it as like a token stereotype and behaving like an Irish person. But like the way you've described it just there, it's almost like a superpower.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
use your
Okay,
superpower sort of thing.
Here's the thing: you could say that Bray Wyatt is very prejudiced against rednecks, right? You could say that, but he's not. You've seen the gimmick. His gimmick's
A cult leader.
yeah. So it's like his gimmick and everything he does around the Wyatt family, right? Their moveset determines who they are, and it will mean a lot when he's going up against Cody Rhodes, generational wealth, heritage, learned from the best. His father is this, so his moveset and his style of wrestling is different from the Wyatts who wrestled alligators in the swamps, right? They drank moonshine and did voodoo spells. Yeah, so that's your move. All your moveset, your energy is based around that because you are basically a superhero. You're a superhero character. So when I'm doing a match with someone, I think your energy and that way of doing something is very important because it will dictate the match and what I do. And as a kid, as an 8-year-old watching it, it's the same way. Us watching Ultimate Warrior,
Papa Shango.
Papa Shango. It's that way of doing it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I want to quickly ask, how did you get into? You spoke about being in Bulgaria for a film, and you've done stunts as well. How did you actually get into that?
From wrestling,
Yeah,
you know. Again, from wrestling. Everything I've ever done in my whole life is from wrestling. I always knew that I wanted to get into that world. Again, coming to the stereotype, I got so during there's a thing called the credit crunch in 2007, or the session.
Yeah, session.
So I was doing extra work, and I got into that from my trainer, Tony Scarlo. Tony was the wrestler. Oh, we'll get Tony in. He knows how to do this. Tony the wrestler. Looks like who's the guy at Rocky again? The trainer. Get up, you bum. Mickey.
Yeah.
No neck, like little hard nut. So he was my trainer, world of sport wrestler. Had a really good match with Dynamite Kid online. If you look at it, Tony Scarlo. He got me in doing that. And so, Greg the wrestler. Oh, he comes from Tony, so we can get him all the bodyguard. And I was like the doorman in like EastEnders for a bit and doing this kind of stuff.
sick.
Oh, but he can wrestle, so he knows how to fall over. He can do this and anything that looked wrestlery. I used to get that stuff right because it's stereotype. It's like okay, big guy, builder. He's got builder, bodyguard, bouncer, labourer. You know what I mean? Right, that's my stereotype. I get it. It's my stereotype, right? So anyway, credit crunch come around, and I started getting more bigger roles on stuff with more fighting and more bumps because the money to pay full-on stuntmen wasn't there. Stuntmen like £1,000 a day sometimes. We can get a specialist in, so I was coming under like specialist. So I do specialist skills, wrestling. It's the same thing. Bumping, take the bump, do this. So I was doing some big things like for extra companies basically. But then that was my foot in the door. Greg the wrestler. I'll get Greg the wrestling to do that. 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 Started doing that in 2006. So what's it now? 2026. 20 years doing that. To the point where I learned about the industry. I learned about film. I learned about directing. Just from being around it, observing, getting bigger roles, learning from directors. Just kind of like teaching myself pretty much. And then I decided to make my own film, London Rampage, learning from all the skills I learned. Using the students from the school. Will Ospreay was in it. I made it for £1,000.
Is that when he jumped off the stair and you like?
Yeah,
I see that.
£1,000, dude. The cameras you're using here, they weren't even. The camera I bought was from Argos. It was like Argos camera.
The JVC or
Dude, it was the shit. So I just did it all myself. And I thought it would be a little showcase and experiment and see if my fight style kind of works out. Because I had in my brain this fight style that was pro wrestling and screen fighting. Whereas screen fighting, you have to set a certain camera up a certain way. You have to do things in front of the screen to make it like a punch. Whereas pro wrestlers, I could teach you how to take a punch because we do it. So I can film from any angle. I'll give you, and plus we could do what it's called choreo, but it could end in a German suplex, you know. And again, like the casual audience guys, like I knew that I'd watch the film people and go, okay, they pop for things like German suplexes or hurricanranas because they don't see that in normal films. So I developed a fight style around pro wrestling. And I thought, if I make a film showcasing a little bit of it with the wrestlers, see what happens. It's the best thing I ever did. And again, everyone said, you're not going to make a film. You're not going to make a film. Good. Keep telling me that. Keep telling me I can't.
Prove you wrong.
Keep telling me I can't. I got that film showed at Cannes.
Oh, sick.
On the market down below where they go to buy it all. I got it sold. It went to New Zealand. It went around the world. And like the other time at Cannes, I was at a party and this guy came up to me and he's like, he's from New Zealand. He went, so what do you do? I was like, he's being a prick. You know what I mean? What do you do? Oh, I make a film. What sort of film do you make? I was like, I made a film called London Rampage. London Rampage? That was on the TV when I left. I was like, yeah, man. And it's like, he watched it on the telly. In New Zealand. I was like,
sick.
I made that film for £1,000 on a shit camera with my trainees. None of them knew anything about film or fighting. With a tripod, no AD, no director, no nothing. Just a tripod set. I edited the whole thing on a £400 laptop. you know. And I
That
learned.
laptop must have sounded like a flipping
that
fighter jet.
laptop was.
Okay, you probably have to capture and what's it?
Firewire.
Firewire as well. Innit?
Oh, it was before then, I think.
Oh,
it was,
shit.
Dude, it was the shit.
Takes-
It was hard work, man. It was
You have
like
to record the footage on the actual
Yeah,
program and then
that was long.
It'll probably sound like it's taken off.
I still got the laptop, but he's fucked. The thing is, like, fucking poor little bastard. Didn't know what was coming. So, like, making your own film. So he's like, if you want to make your own film, right, just do it. Don't wait for people to go. Just
Are you
do it.
listening?
Yeah.
I've been
Just
I've
do
been
it. Are
on
you
this.
listening?
I've been on this, bro.
No, okay.
I've been on this.
So 2026, we're gonna get a film from you.
Bro, the film's ready. The film's ready. Thingy. Pre-production already.
All right, say no more.
We spoke about it. Yesterday.
All right, say no more.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay.
Make some noise for that.
It's covered, don't worry.
Okay. Here's the thing, right? It all goes back to what I was saying about earlier about looking at yourself in the gym and going, "What do I want to fucking do? Push myself." Let me ask you a question. When you say pre-production, what do you mean?
That script writing process.
Yep.
Finding the team.
Yep.
And that's pretty much it so far.
Okay.
We haven't looked at locations yet because obviously we're trying to find ways to like work around it.
Right. So this is my advice. Yeah. Make your script to what you got available. Right here you got a studio. Right. Don't make a sci-fi, no sci-fi or on a spaceship. Make it available. Who have you got? Is a cast. What do you know? Who can do this? And just make the thing. Don't wait and say, "Oh, I just need to get a little bit of this and it's Just start filming. There's nothing to say. You can't look at a scene now and go, "I can get that film tomorrow." Just film that. Just film that one bit. Might be 4 seconds. Shot of him walking down the road. Just film it. Right. Get started. Because if you don't, you never will.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So like, just do it, dude.
Just do it.
I promise you guys.
Just do it.
Are
Look at me now. Look at me now.
Just do it.
I promise you now.
Do it.
By 2026, you'll have a full professional film. I
You've
promise
heard
you
it
now.
here, because like, if not, he's going to give every viewer that's watching this £1. All right,
right,
out of his own pocket.
No, I promise you, I'll do that, man. Like, do you know what it is? We're so blessed now that I can literally do a month's work or 2 months' work and buy a 4K camera. A camera that this can be used, like, for example, Netflix documentary been filmed in this. Films and cinema been filming this, you know. Like we have the gift to go and buy that. Or even rent it and go and shoot whatever we need to shoot and somehow change that into a thing. So, you know, there's no excuse at the end of the day. Just go and do it.
Like you just said,
Do it.
there's no
Yeah.
excuse.
Like,
Yeah.
2026.
I made that film London Rampage, right? It cost me £1,000. Just about made my money back on it. Like the way that films are sold today, that's
It's
fucked
long.
up.
Yeah,
But it's just I learned a lot about filmmaking, right? Also learned a lot about the other side of it. The other side of it is not too nice.
No, it's not.
Yeah. So like, but I made my film. I learned about every single role on a film, and as a stunt coordinator, I learned, okay, when I'm doing stunts and I'm working for people, I must make sure that, for instance, I want got enough fat on either side of the thing, so like when it comes to the edit, the editor has got stuff to play because the directors don't think about this sort of stuff.
Some
So-
directors don't.
No.
Fam, I've been on shoots where,
Some don't.
Yeah,
So
some
you
don't.
have to then go. It's the best thing if you whatever your job is in media, make a film. If it's a short film, because you'll learn so much about every other person's job, and you'll have so much more empathy for them when it comes to doing your job, right? So like, I just learned a lot about being a good stunt coordinator and fight choreographer, which is my main passion. I do like directing, so like when I made that film, dude, that got seen by Scott Atkins, and then Scott Atkins approached me and he said, "I've got a role for you in my film." I did Avengement from that. Nice. It paid off. I always wanted to work with Scott Atkins. He was my hero. You know, because I wanted to get into film because I wanted to be an action movie star to work with people like Scott Atkins. And boom, work with Scott Atkins. So I did Avengement. From Avengement, I did other bits, but the reason I got that film in Bulgaria because the director had seen me in Avengement. And the director called William Kaufman, awesome director. He's done a couple of WWE studio films with The Miz and such. Done Marine 4.
Yeah.
I think, which in my opinion is the best one. Is he's running through the woods trying to kill Miz. To make a good action film, you need the woods, a bunch of men with guns, a Rambo type character. You know what I mean? Every man wants that. It's all we need to do. So yeah, it's like if I didn't go and make that film on a laptop, a camera from Argos, £1,000 budget, and everyone told me I couldn't have done it. I wouldn't be doing half the stuff I'm doing now. You know,
I hear that.
it all comes again from being a pro wrestler, thinking outside the box, doing stuff differently.
I feel like film and wrestling pretty much go hand in hand.
Oh,
all the
100%.
time.
Yeah,
I look at stuff all the time, and I even look at like what do you call it? I look at like people's storylines. For example, if a storyline is there, like for best example, like Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland is literally a series box set.
that is a film.
Yeah.
That is a saga.
That's series 1, series 2. We haven't got series 3 yet, but when series 3 happens, it's going to be immense because that might be the final breakout. You see it, things change. Like Stone Cold and The Rock, that's another series box set.
Yeah.
Undertaker and Kane, a perfect series box set. There's so much series box sets that you can look at and say, yo.
Well, until
Okay,
you get
so-
to the Saudi Arabia show.
That one's extra director's cut.
So I could take it a step further. Right? I never went to film school. Right? I was never lucky enough. I didn't know how to get in film school. Very, weren't privileged for all this sort of stuff around my way. So, what knowledge did I have of filmmaking? I never directed a film, but I've directed over 400 wrestling matches, which is just a film.
Transferable
So
skills.
everything is in wrestling. When you structure a match, it's in acts. Act 1, Act 2, Act 3.
Perfect.
Right. When I started getting trained as an actor as well. And when they're saying this is it's called kinesiology. When you do this and boom boom and so, oh, you mean work in the audience? Right, cool. So everything they was telling me was this. I'm like, well, wrestling we call it that, and then it's the same thing. So wrestling is just part of this energy, right? That you either have or you learn to do it. And if you understand how to do this energy, you could be a musician, you could be an actor, you could be a comedian. Comedians very much free act structure, foreshadow and stuff. You can be anything in the entertainment industry is basically the same thing, right? As a wrestler, you're just learning to take that energy and go down that route. DJing, same thing. If you listen to what a DJ does and he gets the crowd up and down and brings them down again, same shit, right? So being a director is this, you understand how to plan a match. And that's, ignorantly, that's how I made 2 films. I'll just do like a wrestling match, And it was only from doing wrestling I actually learned about acts. I think wrestling should be taught at schools. If you taught wrestling at a junior level at school, it will teach you everything you need to know about the world. Everything you need to know about the world.
Storytelling.
I agree.
It's storytelling. Look at the House of Commons, right?
That's a Royal Rumble.
It's
You know what? My right honourable sir
Order!
says that.
Order!
My right honourable sir says that you, sir, was the one who shouldn't have done that. And that's the bottom line because I said so. And then he sits down, all that crowd.
Hey!
Whoa.
Order!
You ain't all that in a bag of chips. No. If you smell
Whoa, it's that.
It makes sense.
These people run the country.
It makes sense.
So it's like, and again, I always look at things with a bit of from when I started, how much wrestling was looked down on when I started. Different now, but like, if you just understood what wrestling is and the power of wrestling, right? It's literally how the world runs.
Wrestling is
I mean,
life.
look at Donald Trump. Donald Trump's in the wrestling.
That's a pro wrestler.
Hall of Fame.
That's a pro wrestler.
He's in the Hall of
That's a
Fame
pro
for
wrestler.
WWE.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, it does not say a lot about how important wrestling is in our popular culture.
Yeah.
Right.
Linda McMahon is in office as well.
It's just,
Yeah.
again, The Rock. Look at again. I think every wrestler who's training should have just had The Rock at their top, like apex stone. This is eventually what I'm aiming to get to. Doesn't need you to be The Rock. Learn from. There's your inspiration. What has he done to get to where he is? Social media, everything.
Go on. I was
just going to ask because I think we've got some questions on Discord.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. I guess before we get to the Discord questions, I was just going to ask, when did you know like your calling was going to be training, as opposed to like obviously the opportunities and in front of the camera and stuff like that? But you just thought training is my thing.
I think when I just knew I could connect with people on a level that could understand stuff. I thought I have a knack for that. Like analogies. I've done a couple today. I've got a way of just I used to do this thing about teaching a wrist lock, right? And I'd see the other trainers try and teach people wrist lock, and I thought that's not how someone my age are going to understand. So I said, okay, guys, so everybody your wrist, right? I said, okay, so get his wrist here, guys. You guys played PlayStation?
Yeah.
Of course you have. All right, so up, down, left, right, triangle, circle, push, start, select together. You know?
That makes sense.
And then turn. Oh, yeah. It's like holding a PlayStation.
Controller,
Or I play Xbox. All right, fuck it. It's like holding an Xbox.
There's always one.
All the silly buttons in the middle on Xbox, you know? But like things like that, I think go a long way when you're trying to learn something, it sticks. Sticks. Okay, I remember it now. Because when you're training, it's like you learn a bit of knowledge, like an egg timer, all the sand goes down and it will just keep disappearing, right? Eventually, you have to keep turning that egg timer over, keep turning it over. Eventually, the sand will just stick there and that knowledge will stick in your head. When you've got things like, it's like a PlayStation joypad, it's a lot easier for that sand to stick and that knowledge to stick, right? So I knew I was good at that. Just when I started seeing guys that always were told they can't by whatever, society, family, and then I told them they can, and I proved to them that they can, and they come to me and thank you for that. You proved that I could do it. I think once people started doing that to me, I was like, oh, dude, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. This gives me such a rewarding feeling. It's rewarding. Like, even if their goal isn't WWE, their goal is to have a match. Their goal is to get more confidence. We've had guys that used to come to the school and it was like a nervous wreck and no confidence, just gave up on themselves. And then 6 months later, they look amazing. They're in shape. Their confidence through the wall. They've had a match. They've had one match. They're not going to have a second one. They want a second one. But do you know that job they do? They now go into the job and they walk for that door and they're a different person than they was. And sometimes it's like, okay, like flip bumps, right? Or like a roll. People come, I'll never do it. I'll never do a roll. I'll never do that. You want me to go over my head and do it? After a half hour, just, slowly, without, not only they're rolling, they're flip bumping, right? So then they go, look, an hour ago, you told me that you never do that. And half hour, I told you could, and I proved you could. What else in life are you telling yourself that you can't do? You know? And then they're like, oh. And they might never come back again. But they've gone, oh.
The mindset's changed.
And that's just mindset. Or the show rolling to work. Here's the poster, eh? Oh, back rolling. Boom. Probably fired now. But like, it's things like that. That's rewarding for me. You know, just helping people out. One match, two match, getting an action figure in Smiths. Or just getting more confidence. Yeah. You know, that's what I love doing.
Nice, man.
We've got a few questions from our Discord. You asked them to ask you some questions, and they sent some good ones. First question is from the big wavy Roy Johnson. He says, "I want to know. Greg clearly looks after himself and keeps close to the ring through training and coaching. So could a return be on the cards? I mean, if he was at Emporium, you would have seen him. But he says, and if so, which 5 talents would he like to wrestle?
Wavy Johnson,
Hey.
big wavy, me and you, mate." Crystal Palace versus West Ham. Losers get ready. Surely West Ham in it. They're gonna be Palace. 5 wrestlers that I'd like to wrestle, is that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd have to be biased. It would be all my guys, because I think, I had a match with the Snyder brothers.
Oh, they're good. They're good. I like them a lot. They're good.
A lot of time for those guys. Work really hard. Nice guys. Help everyone out of the school as well. And it's kind of like what I thrive on at the minute. Just a community of people. It's what we had at the London School Lucha Libre as well. So all my guys want me to wrestle them. So I would have to say it would be Tommy Tanner.
Jeez.
It would have to be Tyler Walker.
Tyler's really good.
It would have to be Freddie Choo Choo. Hussein. Who else? 5, yeah. Jasmine. She'd be my tag partner. Yeah. If you come to the Emporium show, you'll see Jasmine. Right? Yeah. Do you know what? Here's the 5th. So 1PW lured me back out of retirement.
I saw that. Is that okay? Say what you're gonna say, because I think I know who it is.
So they lured me back. Coco Beware. No. I fucking love the wrestle Coco Beware, actually.
Oh, he was
excellent.
great.
So they lured me back. And then we did this little angle where they really want me to wrestle Will.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Ospreay. And I was like, okay. It could fight. And they wanted to do it at the Lincoln show. And I pussied out. I said, nah, let's do this. Keep it rolling. But we'll do an angle on that show where, like, I turn heel, you know. And I've never been heel in 1PW, ever. Day one, I was the Mark Noble of 1PW.
Mark Noble. Oh, what a legend!
I was basically Mark Noble of wrestling 1PW, right? So I turned heel, and everyone was just in shock because I'm like, oh God, he's turned heel. I turned heel and Will. Will comes out, does a really nice like speech of how I trained him, all this kind of stuff, and I just fucking rock bottomed him in the middle of the ring, cut a promo and stuff. And then the company went under.
Yeah.
It never happened. So my last thing of 1PW was me being a cunt, which was like shit.
Yeah.
And Will was really looking forward to it. I would like to wrestle Will. Whether Will will be on like show soon or whatever, I don't know. But yeah, I think that would be definitely the 5th Will.
That would be good.
Yeah. But again, I'm 40. I just turned 44.
Hey,
You know? Yeah. So it's like I do question now. It's like if I do wrestle, why am I doing it? Is it my ego doing it, which it probably is, or is it because I've probably got 10 bumps left, 10 good bumps in my body, right? So every time you take one of those bumps away, it's like when you get on a plane. You know, when you get on a plane so many times, and then you go, "So I'm going to crash soon." I've been on a plane too many times, it's not crashed. One time I'm getting a plane. I look at that like bumps in a way. I think it's only going to be too many times in the ring where I take one naughty bump and then I'm
done.
Yeah.
It's going to hurt forever because things don't heal like they do when you're 44. And I feel quite good at the minute. I'm training again. So I'm thinking, it's a big gamble for me even to wrestle matches. You know, I'd rather save it for stunts and action and film and stuff. So for me to actually step back in the ring, it has to be worth it. And when I say worth it, I think I mean, is sympathetically a word?
Sympathetic.
Yeah. Sympathetic.
I don't know about sympathetic.
What's a good word?
Sympathetic, yeah.
It's got to mean something.
Remorseful.
Yeah.
It's
Remorseful.
got to mean something.
Just be meaningful.
You know?
Yeah.
It's got to mean something. It's got to be like for the right.
Right reasons.
Yeah.
Cool. Next question from our guy Navy. Is Greg going to make Oscuro Guerrero watch some Big Japan matches?
Yeah. I mean, he loves a bit of hardcore, doesn't he? He's going to have a little hardcore fight at Emporium. So the match that he's in is a build your own tables match.
Build your own
DIY.
So we've got big toy blocks that you're going to stack up and a nice wooden table
To go through it.
to go through.
Sick.
Mad.
So maybe he can watch a bit of Big Japan and stick a fork in his shin pad, pull that out, exploding barbed wire around the ring. He's another talent. Again, obscure Guerrero. Watching his process over the last, he's been training me for a year now. Again, it's just, I get reward from seeing how far they progress. You know, it's just he's especially one that's, dude. He's in the gym. The minute I open that key, sometimes he's waiting on the door. That's what I want. That's what I like. When I see people do that, makes me, it's like whatever it takes, dude. How long it takes? If we stay here till 3 a.m, this might be a pro wrestler. He has that. He wants it, you know. So I'll give him all the time I have.
You got Oscar Guerrero.
Yeah.
Make sure you clip this.
Clip that.
We've got a question from our guy Curtis. If you had a Greg Burridge Invitational tournament, which current wrestlers from outside would you want to be participants?
Outside the streets in Wood Green.
He did clarify.
Naughty tramp. Naughty.
Let's say 8 wrestlers.
8 wrestlers.
Yeah.
Invitational tournament. Okay. Coco beware. Current wrestlers still wrestling.
Anyone. Pretty much anyone you want.
Okay, Callum Newman. Do you know what I'd do? Do you know what I'd really like to do? I was playing the idea of this. So I come from an area called Havering.
Havering.
Yeah.
I wanted to go college there.
Havering College.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which one?
Sixth form. I was
In
gonna go.
Upminster Bridge.
I think so. It
Dude,
was one of them.
Apparently, my photo's up in the Upminster Bridge one.
Oh, so it's till this
On the
day.
road.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I want to go in there and
check
like,
it
what the
out.
fuck? Apparently, I don't know how true it is.
Oh.
But I went to that college, but dude, they added up the seconds that everyone was late that year. Everyone's got like 21 seconds, like 40 seconds. Come to me, it's like 19 hours. I was playing football. Again, mindset. Like, what didn't give a fuck. Okay, so I had an idea of doing the Havering tournament, right? Because when I started wrestling, my dream was to be like, I'm going to be the best wrestler in Havering. I was doing best wrestler in Essex. That was my dream. I'm not even the best wrestler in Havering. Right? I'm like 5th. From Havering, you got like Will, you got Callum, you know, you got Martin Stone that went WWE. Worked with my mum in the
Karen Noir, is he from Romford?
Karen Noir's from fucking Hornchurch.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you got all these guys from like this really small little like part of borough that actually got Terry Dormer. You guys know who Terry Dormer is? Terry Dormer he's one of my best friends. He's a model now in LA. He was like
Oh man.
like the UK what is he? National champion or something when YPW did a big regional champion, like turned into I can't remember. Anyway, it was a big name. I wanted to do the Havering Cup or something like let's see who the best in Havering is. So I would have to pick Will Ospreay, Callum Newman, Martin Stone, Terry Dormer, myself, and then it leaves me 3 other people from Havering, I guess. So,
I used to live in Collier Road, so you can
there
add me
you
if you
go.
want. You can add me if you want.
I'm a custom master guy, but I don't know.
Karen Noir.
It's down the road on
Colin
A13.
Yeah.
Isn't Costa from Romford?
Or Costa.
Yeah.
Oh, Costa from Romford,
Costa,
yeah.
Well, you can battle it out for a place.
Yeah, me. Oh, us too.
Yeah.
But I'm custom mouse, but I still used to party in Liquid and Envy, so
Oh, is it?
I used to party.
I don't know. I feel like a couple times a guy.
Liquid and Envy, mate.
And even Baz Vegas as well.
That's
Baz Vegas. I love Baz
yeah,
Vegas.
I walked home from Baz Vegas once.
From
I walked
Southend.
from Baz Vegas to Upminster.
Oh my, that's
Oh,
far. That's a long walk.
That's a trek.
I missed my shift. I was working.
I can understand like
yeah.
Grays to Upminster,
Yeah.
but Baz Vegas,
It
that's
was pretty club.
Makes
I get
sense.
that attitude of it's a life lesson.
Yeah.
But I think it's made me feel rich though. I remember I bought 2 bottles. I was like, yeah. Should be like, this is the bottles. Bro, this is a cheap bottle, £20 bottle, bro. Baz Vegas, man. I have memories, fam.
That's good.
That's
Do
not there no more.
final 2
What?
questions.
It's gone.
Yeah, it's
What?
not there.
Baz Vegas is
Baz
gone.
Vegas. Like the club, that club, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's there anymore.
Oh my
Something
gosh.
else, yeah.
That was my
Years
college.
ago.
Yeah.
Years ago.
Yeah, that's time ago.
But there's no clubs in Romford no more. That's depressing.
Look at Envy's gone.
Liquid Envy's gone. There's,
The nightclub scene is
they've got a club there, but it's trash. Yeah.
That'd be good to do a show there. I would love to do a show there.
Yeah. The club.
Last 2 questions. We've got one from KA Stars. He says, Greg, what were your early impressions of Will Ospreay? Like when you first trained him, did he have it? Or was it his mentality that pushed him into the superstar that he is today?
Okay, we kind of answered a little bit of
Yeah.
that question, but let me get like the thing with Will. Yeah, so I first met Will from what I remember from his mum. His mum is awesome. Yeah, Sue. Shout out to Sue Ospreay, Mayor of Havering as well.
Mayor of Havering.
Mayor of
Mad.
Havering. So she invited me down to Raynham, and I walked into this community centre in Raynham, and it's loads of kids flying around and stuff. And she wanted me to teach Will wrestling, right? Apparently, Will admired me because I met him at Dropkicks. Apparently, I was on the scene. Will was a young boy, so Will had said to his mum, "I want Greg to come down and teach us wrestling." I was all over the place at that time, wrestling here and there, so I didn't really have the time to do it. But the key thing was, I said this to Sue. I said, "Look, I can't teach wrestling here because Will is very heavily involved in backyarding, and this is basically you're filming stuff and it's backyard and it's going on MySpace and stuff. In fact, did you see the little clip of it they played at AEW?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was that
Yeah.
was at Raynham, that stuff,
okay.
yeah. So I was like, I can't do it because, especially at the time, you couldn't teach wrestlers and then do backyarding. It was like forbidden. Forbidden door.
Long
Conspiracy.
term.
Long time storytelling.
Right? It was like, what a dumb thing. So I was like, I can't do it. Will's mum is awesome. She just wanted him not to join gangs.
Yeah.
She wanted to kick him off the streets. So she got him a ring. They have done this stuff. And Raynham's pretty rough, you know?
Oh, it's bad now.
Yeah.
The gangs in.
Yeah.
Oh, it's bad.
So forgot about it. Always stayed in touch a little bit with Will through MySpace. You know, keep to learn. Whenever you're ready to learn pro, come and the door's open. Teach pro. Again, he's very young at the time, so always kept my eye on Will. Right, since that day, since we went down to Raynham, and he uploaded this video on MySpace. Right, and I still see it in my head. So the gym space was probably like, I'll say 60 foot, which is like a 5-a-side. Imagine a 5-a-side pitch. Right? So they're doing a backyard match, and there's like a kid that's laying on the floor in the middle of the fucking, just laying on the floor. Loads of people around the edge. Will's done this move where he's run across, got 1 foot on the floor, done maybe 6 spins in the air. 1 foot back on the floor. 6 spins again.
Jeez.
Yeah? Off, kick round the back of the neck to the kid. I say 35 foot. Half a 5-a-side pitch, maybe more, diagonally. Right? Like, I literally watched the screen and it went. And I watched it again. I watched it replaying. Again. Full AI, everything. Yeah? And I was like, I don't think that's normal. And that was the first moment, the very first moment I went, okay, I think he's got a little bit more in him than most people. I was right. He fucking did. So then that kind of went, okay, I think he needs to be nurtured a little bit. Because that is more than that's more than just doing it in a community centre in Raynham. So back and forth, and then we was doing Lucha Britannia. We said, Will, got this opportunity, we would start training with us and we'll get you on the show. Because again, like I said, Will being feral, he can do backyarding, but again, there's no match structure. No, it just moves, right? So come to me, let me show you how to do a match. You know, that structure of a match. So you learnt that. And then that's kind of like, that. It was that if I could pinpoint a moment in life where I knew Will was, it was that video. And here's the thing with Will, right? So going back to like standing out and what you was asking me earlier, like Will's gimmick is this, that he's a one-off prodigy. Yeah, there's no one that can do what Will can do. And then when you think about like loads of wrestlers try and copy him, so you can't copy it because it's just one person. You're always like a beta version of what that is. So don't try and copy it. Do something different, right? So when you think about like a case like Grado, yeah? Grado can't do that. Grado's got his own spot on the show. Yeah? Brilliant. That's your character. Will, this is your character. One off, kind of does amazing stuff in the ring, right? When you think about what it is in terms of wrestler's reward, like what makes you, like we know wrestling is predetermined. We know that it's a choreographed piece of art, which is art, you're creating art. What makes you the Michael Jordan, yeah, of your industry? What makes you, like the Harry Kane or the Ronaldo of your business? You really get to understand why Will is at the top, because people say, well, what's his character? Because they say Will's the greatest wrestler in the world. But for me, it's not what you see on the screen that makes him the best in the world. It's when you watch him backstage and explain the matches to the boys. And that's when you go, that's why he's the best in the world. Because the way that he can go into deep detail with his arms and his body and his timing, he understands the algorithm of wrestling better than anyone. to the point where he went, this is your algorithm. I can fuck around and add more to that algorithm. Not a lot. Hardly any wrestlers can do that. He's like the only one who go, this is how you do a match. This is great. I'm going to do that. But I'm also going to add this extra bit of DNA on the edge here. And I was like, how did he do that? That's a chemical equation we can't even fathom. Yeah? Because that's what Will's strength is. That's when you sit there and you just watch him plan matches, you go, that's why he's the best. I sit there. For me, it's like, it's stimulating. It's almost arousing. Yeah. I don't need to watch the match. I just sit. I like sitting there with like world famous wrestlers, and he's telling them what the match is. You know, that's when you know you're special. And Will is dictating to them what they're doing. Well done, mate. That's why you're the best in the world. And he can do that. That's what makes him the best, in my opinion. You know. So, yeah. To answer the question, I think. Yes, it's his ability, but it's also his brain to understand the business. And he's also 2 or 3 years ahead to where it will go. That being said, there's too many wrestlers trying to copy that. And that's what's going to... Don't try and copy it. Do your own thing.
Your own person.
And that includes the ring gear. They'll try and look it like him.
Yeah.
Will's gimmick is that he can give you Dave Meltzer 10-star, 11-star matches. That's his gimmick. Doesn't need to come out in funny act and go, do it. Yeah. I need someone else to come out of funny act and do that because I've got Will doing the Dave Meltzers. That's literally all he really, essentially needs to do. And I think that's mainly why a lot of people watch him. When Will comes back from surgery, it may come down to that. He might have to hold it back, but he's got that brain, that ability. He can
make it work,
morph and modify. In fact, Will's such an ability. Perhaps the answer is to not give them fans them moves anymore. Become a heel. Just
he's excellent.
I need that.
Excellent heel.
I need that.
Go to the top rope. Go.
Down.
Like if you look at like I think the Hardys are a good example of this. Matt Hardy's like developed so much now. He doesn't need to do nothing. So a lot of people don't remember. He was jumping off of ladders, like 80 foot in the air and stuff. He's got character development, right? Same with Jericho, for instance. It's like, I think the older you get in wrestling, the more injured you get in wrestling, the smarter you get. And you realise what you should and shouldn't do or need to do. So I think maybe the next possible step for Will is to go, even though I can still do what I want to, don't need to, but I'll pull out the bag where I have to. Yeah. Desperationally pull out. But I'm so angry I had to do it. I'm not giving you spoilers. just an idea. Yeah. That's why he's so good.
You're right. It's like in God of War, Kratos when he was younger was a madman. But when he was older, he was a bit weaker. Yeah. And you got to channel in that Spartan mode for him to get that power.
There's the saying, isn't it? It's... what's the saying? It's like, when you start off, the brain is ignorant, but the body is there. And as you go older, the body fades, but the brain is full of knowledge.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. Yeah. You get the idea, innit? But it's that idea. Like, the older you get, you've got the knowledge, but the body starts to break down. But again, that's life. And again, in wrestling, it's such a good story. It's such a good... That's the story arc of every superstar in wrestling. It should be. You can't carry on doing the stuff you was doing when you was 20, 21. You should be doing more. Smarter wrestling. Right? So,
smart wrestling.
Will went into surgery today, so all the best.
Yeah, good luck, mate.
Man.
Is that the question?
We'll be here all day if we answer all the questions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, Greg, thank you very much for coming.
That was an episode, man.
That was great. Very good episode. Where can people find you? Where can people sign up to go to your school? Like, give us the info.
So this is the school, Burridge Fight Design. So we're in Walthamstow on Wednesdays. We have the Instagram, we have the website, burridgefightdesign.co.uk. All the information's on there. So come down to Walthamstow, 7:30 on Wednesdays, and let's see what you got. Like, even if you just come once, right? Say your dream was to go, like, I just wanted to see if just to go to a wrestling school, right? Just by coming at one session, you've done more than 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people would have ever done. Who really wanted to give it a go, but they was too scared to. Yeah. It's quite intimidating walking to most schools, right? We go out our way to make everyone welcome. Everyone welcome. Day one people. never done it before, just come and give it a go. You know, it's more fun than you would ever think. You know, you owe it to yourself to at least give it a go, because you never know where it would go. You might be sitting here in 2 years talking about you on this podcast. Look at your action figure. Some dude in pants. Go, look, how got a cheeseburger on his head. Told you to make it.
Emporium this Friday. How can people come to Emporium?
Emporium Pro Wrestling, Marlene, Genesis Cinema. Get your tickets. Maybe this podcast has come out after that. Wasn't it mental when Guerrero Obscura got smashed through that Lego table and then that alien dropped out of the roof and then Sting entered, not the wrestler but the singer. Wasn't that mental? When he power bombed the milkshake and then crazy, right? And that's why it should all come to the next show.
Yeah.
Because who knows who might come out in that one?
Yeah.
Elton John, Pamela Anderson. Pamela Anderson for Elton John, that'd be good.
I'm still standing.
Yeah. The slow motion spot, Pamela Anderson goes through the clothesline, music's playing.
Oh, wow.
See, that's fun. That's wrestling. That's what wrestling should be. It's fun.
Yeah.
Just do crazy stuff that doesn't make sense. Because, like, okay, to sum it up, right, lads. So, obviously, Elton John's not come down with Pamela Anderson, right?
Not yet.
To sum it up, right? The world is chaotic. The world is fucking shit at the minute. West Ham are fucking wank. Yeah, we're shit. You got fucking crazy stuff on the street. Everyone fucking hates each other. Wrestling is a little bubble where you go away for 2 hours and you forget all that bollocks. Escapism. And then you go, you shout, you scream, and it's a pressure release valve. And even more than ever, we need this now. As a society, as a world, as a collective, we need this now. And you know what? Hopefully when you come to watch our shows, you're going to walk out and go, do you know what? We're all the same, actually. Yeah? You're going to sit there, you're going to shout at the baddies, and you're going to cheer the goodies, and you're going to just fucking release and have fun.
Yeah.
That, to me, ultimately, if I was on my gravestone, that's what wrestling is. Escapism.
Yeah. I hear it.
I don't have 2 words for you. I won't say it in case of copyright.
Oh, we're a great episode. I've been an Arfie.
Sorry?
You say your name.
Oh,
I've been
Greg. Sorry. Let's start again.
I've been an Arfie.
I've been Greg Burridge.
Doughboy.
Laps.
Mex.
Wrestling's podcast, the coolest wrestling podcast in the world. By the Mandem, for the Mandem. Bosh!
Now we're going to have a massive wrestling match for who's going to make the 8-man
tournament. I'm Sam Blacks. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment.